Hey, what's going on, everyone? So I saw this yesterday on social media. It was Corbin Carroll, and he was going through all of the draft picks that happened before him. So he was a first round pick, 16th overall, I think it was. And he was able to go through the list of drafted players before him, one by one, all the way through. And everyone was saying, wow, what an unbelievable memory. So let me show you the clip real quick. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my draft class back in 2006, which was a long time ago, but I bet you I can come pretty darn close to getting all of those players right. So let's watch Corbin Carroll real quick.
Pretty good idea. It was Adley, and then Bobby, and then Andrew Vaughn, Blade, Riley Green, and then CJ Abrams, 6, Lodolo, Jung, Langoliers, Hunter Bishop. Here's where it gets dicey. Was it Manoa? Was it? Okay. And then Cavaco?
Yeah. Let me know if you need hints.
I might need.
He's in the show.
Ooh, okay, in the show. Oh, of course, yeah, Stott. And
then one more.
And then Will Wilson.
That's pretty incredible.
Okay, so it's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty impressive. But here's the thing. I think I can do the same thing. I want to explain a couple things. First of all, as you all probably know, when you get drafted, it is like one of the biggest days of your life. And so you've looked at the draft board of all the teams over and over and over again. You've looked at all the mock drafts. I watched all the mock drafts. I thought I was going to the Toronto Blue Jays. That's who everyone said I was going to. So I remember every single pick. And even though it's almost 20 years ago, 2006, almost 20 years ago, I can still vividly see myself sitting in my chair at my computer. The computer was huge, by the way. I'll try to find a video of it real quick. It's humongous. It looks like it's from 1996, but it's from 2006.
Television. A computer will let the world know who's lucky enough to select Antonelli.
I can remember sitting there and every pick that went by being like, please take me, please take me, please take me, darn it. And then finally, San Diego Padres took me. So let's see if I can do it right now. We're gonna go through, and not only am I gonna try to name the player, I'm just gonna tell you what comes to mind when I think about that player, okay? So let's start with the first pick of the draft. It was Luke Hochevar. He was a pitcher out of Tennessee. Everyone kind of knew he was going number one. So Luke Hochevar, I knew I wasn't going number one. So he went number one to the Royals. Number two was Greg Reynolds. Greg Reynolds was, I think his name was Greg Reynolds. Yeah. Greg Reynolds was a pitcher. Went to the Rockies. I actually faced him. He didn't really have a big career. Hochevar was okay too. Reynolds, I don't think he had a great career. I think he was around for a little bit. Number three, Evan Longoria. So Evan Longoria, stud. There were some studs. You're going to see there's some studs in this draft. So Evan Longoria went number 3. He went to the Rays. I played against Longoria a bunch in summer ball in the Cape Cod League. So he played for Chatham. I played for Falmouth. Awesome player. Crushed the league. Number 4 was Brad Lincoln from, where did he play college? Houston, I think. I think he was at Houston. So he went to the Pirates at number 4. He was a right-handed pitcher, but I feel like he was a left-handed hitter. I played against, obviously, all of these guys in summer ball and stuff. He was a left-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher, I believe. I think he might have started out as a hitter, and then they tried to make him a pitcher because he didn't hit, or vice versa. I don't remember. But it was something like that. So Lincoln went 4. Number 5 was Brandon Morrow, I think. Right-handed pitcher out of Cal. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like he played at Cal. He was drafted by the Mariners at number 5. He threw like 100 miles an hour. He threw absolutely fireballs. So he was 5, I think. Number 6 was, who the hell was number 6? Number 6, it was Andrew Miller. Andrew Miller from North Carolina. He was in my league. Andrew had a great career, especially as a reliever. Big, huge lefty. So I faced him every single year. Don't look up my stats against him, but I feel like I got a whole bunch of hits against him. I remember I got a huge hit in the ACC tournament. I hit a rocket to left center field that hit off the very top of the wall, and it was like right in this little corner. If I hit it like 1 inch to the side, it was a home run. But the wall just went up right where I freaking hit the ball. It was a big hit against them. So he went, what pick did I say that was? I said that was pick 7? No. Andrew, now I'm all confused. No, Andrew went 6. He went 6. Number 7 we're on. Number 7 was Clayton Kershaw. I'm almost positive, to the Dodgers. And I faced him during maybe my second big league game. You guys will have to look this up. I'm pretty sure it was my second big league game. But anyways, he was a high school guy out of Texas, I think. He was down south somewhere, I think out of Texas. Number 8. Number 8 was Drew Stubbs. He was a center fielder from the University of Texas. And he was like a freak athlete, could fly, was big, like, I remember he was like 6'3", I think. Right-handed hitter, super athlete. I don't think he played that much in the big leagues. I don't remember. I feel like he was super, I don't want to say he reminded me of myself because he was more athletic than me. But similar to myself, like really toolsy, but I don't think he ended up having like a great career statistics-wise. I don't think he played a lot in the big leagues. If he did, I'm sorry. I should have paid attention better. All right, number 9. Number 9 was the Orioles, and it was a high school kid. Big, I think he was like a 6'5". He might not be 6'5", but he was a big lefty. I forget how you say his name. Billy Rowell, something like that. I remember that because I didn't know who the hell he was. As you can see, like a lot of these guys, I guess maybe not a lot. I'm not keeping track of, but I feel like there were a lot of college guys. So I had played against a lot of these guys, or at least like heard of a lot of these guys in the draft. So I don't know if he ever made the big leagues. He mightn't. If he made the big leagues, I don't think he played for a long time. Number 10. Are we on number 10? I think we're on number 10. Number 10 was Tim Lincecum to the Giants, I think. Lincecum was nasty. He was at Washington. Everybody knew about him. I'd faced him a bunch. I got to tell you this quick Tim Lincecum story. I'm sorry I keep making this long, and there probably has to be. Lincecum struck everybody out in college. He was a freak. They called him the freak, didn't they? He was unbelievable. We're playing against him in Falmouth. I'm playing for Falmouth in the Cape Cod League. He played for Harwich. We're playing against him, and I'm like, he comes out of the bullpen, and I think I was like the 5th or 6th hitter. And he strikes a guy out, then strikes the next guy out, then strikes the next guy out. So like I'm starting to get close to getting up, and everyone's coming back to the dugout, and they're like, this guy's the greatest pitcher of all time. We have no chance, guys. We have no chance. There's only been a few pitchers in my life where people come back and they're like, guys, we have no chance. And so they're all saying it. And so I'm like the 5th or 6th guy out. He struck out everybody before me. And I turned and I said to the team, before I went to hit, I said, I'm going to hit this first pitch fastball. I'm going to hit a home run on it. So everyone's like, yeah, shut up. I go to the plate, first pitch, fastball. Boom, I smashed this thing. I never do a home run trot in my life. I go into the biggest home run trot, probably just like put the bat down, but in my mind it was a bat flip. I crushed this ball. Unfortunately at Harwich, it's a big field and the wind was blowing straight in. Left fielder went back to the wall, jumps up and robs me of a home run. So that was my claim to fame. I almost hit a home run. I almost called my shot against Tim Lincecum that year. Okay, let's continue. I've lost track of where we are. We're at pick 10. No, we just did pick 10. So that was Lincecum. Pick 11, Max Scherzer to the Diamondbacks. The reason I remember this so clearly, and he pitched at Missouri. The reason I remember this so clearly is because during the draft, they said with the 11th pick in the 2006 MLB draft, the Arizona Diamondbacks select Matt, and like my whole house got really excited, and then they went Max Scherzer, and everyone was like, "Oh, son of a!"
And the 11th pick looked good.
With the 11th pick of 2006 first-year player draft, the Arizona Diamondbacks select Max Scherzer.
However, it was nothing more than a false alarm.
So I thought maybe I was going to go 11 to the Diamondbacks, but they ended up taking Scherzer instead of me. I think that was 11. 12. Pick number 12 was the Rangers. And I know this because I went and did a workout with them, their GM, and a bunch of their front office people and they didn't pick me. So 12, they took Casey Kiker, who was a teammate of mine in summer ball for the Ohio Warhawks. So I remember that very vividly. Casey was a left-handed pitcher and threw really hard, was kind of a smaller kid, but I don't know if Casey pitched in the big leagues either. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure, but if he did, he didn't pitch very long. But he was nasty in high school. I played with him, and we had a bunch of first-round picks that year. Okay, next pick is next pick would be 13. I'm having a mental block here. Hold on. So Kiker went. Oh, 13 was Tyler Colvin out of Clemson, another guy in the ACC that I played all the time. He went to the Cubs, I think, the Cubs at 13. And I just remember that because that surprised me because I played against Colvin and he was like a good athlete. And I remember when he got drafted, I was like, I'm better than Tyler Colvin. I didn't end up being better than Colvin. He played in the big leagues, wasn't like a stud or anything, but he played for a decent amount of time, I think. We'll check his stats later. Number 14. Oh, this is the one that hurt. This is where I thought I was going. I thought I was going pick 14 to the Toronto Blue Jays. It was Travis Snyder. He was a high schooler, left-handed bat. He played for a decent amount in the big leagues. He was a lefty bat, and he was out of Washington, I think, the state of Washington. He was a high school kid. And everybody thought I was going to the Blue Jays. And I never talked to any teams before the draft, really, except for when the Padres drafted me. I'll tell you in a second about them. But yeah, when Travis went, I was like, son of a gun. All the mock drafts that I read said I was going to Toronto, and I didn't. So Travis went 14. 15 was, we're like really close to me now. I should know this because I go 17th. Who the hell went 15th? 15th was, Jeffries went before me, 15th. 15th, the Nationals. I should remember this quicker. Chris Marrero. Chris Marrero was my teammate for a little bit when I was with the Nationals. So he was a high schooler. I don't remember, maybe Florida. I think he might have been out of Florida, out of high school in Florida. He wasn't a college player. So Marrero went to the Nationals at 15. 16 was the Brewers. That was a pick right before me. That was Jeremy Jeffries, right-handed pitcher, threw like 100 miles an hour, I think. And I think he played in the big leagues he did play in the big leagues for a little bit. And then pick number 17 was me with the Padres.
Then a phone call came. Really? At the time, we didn't know who was on the other end. It was the San Diego Padres.
That's awesome.
No, I have to come Apparently, the Antonelli didn't have high-speed internet. Matt held on to the news, and a few picks later, the news everybody wanted to hear.
With the 17th pick of the 2006 first-year player draft, the San Diego Padres select Matt Antonelli.
What do you think, number 17? You happy with that?
Definitely. San Diego's a great place, and going in, I hadn't really talked to them much, so it's a surprise, but it's a really nice surprise. So I'm pretty.
So I never talked to the Padres. I really didn't talk to anybody in the draft. It's interesting how this works. So you do like a bunch of meetings and stuff throughout the college season before the draft. I had to fly out and do some workouts for teams and stuff, but I didn't talk to anyone on draft day, except I got one phone call, and I don't know who it was. I'm assuming it might have been the Padres, but they called me and they said, this is all they said. They said, hey, Matt, how you doing? I said, I'm doing well. They said, you still got all 10 fingers and all 10 toes? And I said, yep, I got them all. And they said, okay, buddy, hang in there. You might be hearing your name today. And I was like, okay. And I hung up, and everyone was like, who was it? And I said, I don't know. I have no idea who that was. Somebody checking in on my digits. And I got all 10 fingers and 10 toes. So maybe it was the Padres, and then I got the call that I got drafted by the Padres. So that was a draft. There you go. How many years ago was that? 18 years ago? 2006 draft. Almost 18 years ago. And I guess I don't know if I'm right yet. I'll have to go watch this video and go back and check. But I'm almost positive I just got all 16 of those picks right before me. So that's what we got. See? People should say that's pretty impressive. Not only I give you a full scouting report on every single player. So let me know if you're impressed. If you're impressed in the comment section below, just comment something down there. That's all we got. We'll talk to you later.